David, now tournament really gets going here, the semifinals with everything, the toughest teams. I mean, how do you feel that you guys have progressed at this stage now?
Good. I think we've gotten better and better game to game, and obviously that's the hope is, through the event is short, but the event is long at the same time, and so you have to take advantage of every kind of stage that you're in, and I think our game's in a pretty good place, and we're excited for, obviously it could be any one of three opponents still, so we'll watch the games tonight and then go from there and begin preparing for them on the off day.
Was starting Hampton today always part of the blueprint as well? You kind of talked about that a little bit with Trey starting last game.
Yeah, I think if we were to, perfect put on a napkin 3 weeks ago, that's kind of what we were thinking, and glad it worked out that way. Obviously, every game you have a conversation. We owe it to our team and to the guys to have that conversation. And again, we had it yesterday as to what we should do, but we again went to let's just stick to the plan that we scripted, and it's worked out so far. And very happy for Hampton. He's a huge part of this team. He's an excellent goaltender. We have confidence in all three of our goalies, and happy that he was able to get in and in an elimination game and play very well for us.
David, what do you like about playing as captain of this team? Have you seen anything different in him as captain, or what are some of the leadership skills that he has exhibited here?
Yeah, I thought to me the sequence in the third where he gets knocked to the ice and he just skates away, to me that's a growth for him, and his discipline and his maturity. He's an emotional guy, emotional leader. Our team rallies around that, but it wasn't the time and place to engage in anything. So that's been like fun to watch his growth and maturity just as a coach, and obviously he's a great player, led the right way. It was a big part of the fast start, big part of the power play in the second period. So I think you're just seeing his game continue to blossom, but you're seeing the person on the ice, he just feels more in control of himself, which is nice to see, and bodes well for his future.
Feels like whether you play Switzerland, Finland, or Canada on the 31st, you get the same intensity from him. He takes every game like it's maybe life or death.
Yeah, that's him. I mean, he wants to win. He's very competitive, like many of the players are here, many of the players on our team. I mean, it's a great event. I feel very fortunate to have coached the event in Sweden. It was unbelievable atmosphere with the fans and the energy in the city, the same as here in Ottawa. The fans are incredible, and it just charges the emotion and the energy for everybody. So it's a great event that you all obviously have the pleasure of covering, and we appreciate that too. And I just think the totality of it's a lot of fun to be a part of, and why wouldn't you want to give your best and the most emotion that you have into a game every night, because it is, like I said, it's a short tournament, and we need to be at our best at all times.
He was saying he feels like he's gotten better every game. What sort of progression have you seen from him?
Yeah, I think that's fair. To me, he's playing and taking what's given and what's in front of him, and that's nice to see. And it's kind of gone with our team. I think a lot of our players have it looks more like a cohesive unit. Obviously, we have very talented players that can do things one-on-one and in space, but we're looking more like a collective unit, which is a good thing for us, and that's kind of the growth we started with from game to game that we're looking for, and Zeev's been a big part of that as well.
How crucial would you say your top line has been to your team's success with Gabe, James, and Ryan?
I think everyone's important. You look at the Finland-Canada game, Ryan had the empty net goal, but they didn't have a goal in those two games, and the depth scoring was there, and our second power play unit, if you want to call it that, was there with an Eiserman goal, a Nelson goal in the Canada game. And so I don't know. I think it's the totality of our team, and when you're building a team for this event, and I look at just our experience, my experience at the college game too, and single eliminations, you don't know who's going to get shut down on a given night, and so you need depth scoring because guys will have an off night. Guys will get shut down. The coaching here is great. The players here are great, and so you need depth. And so are they? Absolutely, they're very important to us, but everybody is, and it's going to take everyone to get our Saturday victory and try and do what we came all here to do on Sunday. But the next biggest game is Saturday for us.
So what have you made of that line's success then?
I guess, what are you looking for?
Just more specifically, just your impressions of how they played together.
Yeah. I mean, they're very dynamic. I think, like, for James coming in, replacing Will Smith, who's played with the two of them for the last 3 years, that's not easy. And I think you watch that kind of morph at Boston College, and talking to Greg Brown a lot throughout the fall. We haven't played BC yet this year, so I haven't seen it firsthand, but just watching on video, and the chemistry that Will had with those two was off the charts, and now you're starting to see, I think, probably the last month of the college season that was starting to come for them at Boston College, and I think you see certainly a lot of it here as well, and they connected, and good to see them put the puck in the back of the net here tonight.
In terms of James Higgins, what do you think it is about his game that allows him to play with great players like Leonard and Perreault?
Well, he's a great player himself, so that always helps. But I think, and that's what you're asking, so to me it's his vision, his skating, his head's always up. Obviously his stick skills are good, but you can have the best stick skills in the world. I mean, you have to be able to think the game and know where people are on the ice. So, and those three, they spend a lot of time together. They're talking on the bench about different plays, and so there's a lot of communication that goes into it beyond being on the ice together and finding that chemistry. And certainly that's been a big focal point. I mean, Boston College needs them to be really good, and so they've worked a lot on their chemistry at school in the first half, and we're fortunate to be the benefactors of it with the team here.